I know. Here I am. Didn't do the colonoscopy. Cancelled it on Friday. I thought to myself, no, let's just leave it for now. I'm not too. Maybe I've been neurotic. I seem to be okay down there. I look in the bowl afterwards. Everything looks normal. Maybe it was just a once off. No other signs and symptoms. I seem okay. I'm going to leave it for now. By some weird coincidence, I was on Facebook this morning, and this doctor, he's got a show on Chai FM. And what is he doing? He's interviewing a gastroenterologist in Israel to talk about when should you have a colonoscopy. I don't know if this is a sign or not. Isn't that weird? And to make it even more so the case, this particular doctor is my doctor that I go to, my GP. So I didn't even. It's going to be on Chai FM, but I didn't take notes of the time. Maybe they have a podcast. Perhaps I'll have a podcast. You can look up Dr. Daniel Israel on Facebook, and maybe he'll publish the podcast. This interview. Who needs to have a colonoscopy? I just assume everybody knows what a colonoscopy is. So just in case you don't know, gastroenterologist, general anesthetic. He puts a sophisticated fiber optic implement through your anus, up your rectum, all the way into your colon. I think also small intestines as well. Colon is another word for large intestine. So your large intestine, then it's your rectum, then it's your anus. And then further up, small intestine, and then your small intestine, duodenum part goes around the pancreas, up into the stomach. Google it. Look at the image. So, okay. So I'm sorry. I'm really apologize if I got you all excited. Somebody got so excited. He said, I can't wait to see the results of your colonoscopy. Don't know. He got quite involved. Anyway, look, it's quite a weird thing. With just a little bugbear of mine. Most medical aids will not cover a colonoscopy. They will not pay for your colonoscopy, which is insane because a colonoscopy can prevent colon cancer, rectal cancer. It can prevent all that chemotherapy, all that treatment that the medical aid will pay for. Go figure. I don't know. They got these actuaries that calculate all of this. So I can't explain it. It's just one of those weird things. Look, that was 10 years ago. Maybe things have changed. Maybe I'm wrong. Check it out. Interestingly enough, I actually emailed Discovery to find out if they'll cover my colonoscopy. I sent them all the details, the code, the code of the doctor, the code of the hospital, the special code for the actual procedure. I got a response. They gave me a reference number, but I got no answer. So that's pretty weird. Don't know. I'd like to discover good service. Anyway. Okay, so what has been one of the main problems the last 20 months? Well, actually the last almost 6-7 years in the world. What is it? Misinformation, disinformation, false narratives, bullshit, crap, lies, deceits, untruths, false information. And it just never ends. People are so stupid. I got this message on YouTube. By the way, I'm also on YouTube. You can subscribe. It would be nice. It's a video. Get to see what I look like. I look terrible today. I haven't shaved. I can't read the whole thing, but this guy, Andre, he calls himself Andre DP. Andre is he comments often, and Andre, for crying in a bucket. So Andre says that if you are fat, when you had your vaccine, that they were supposed to use a long needle to get into the muscle. If they didn't use a long needle, you haven't been vaccinated properly. Alert everybody. Use your use your podcast to alert everybody that if you are really fat, you haven't been vaccinated properly because the needle wasn't long enough. They were supposed to use longer needles. Okay, so Andre, if this was true, don't you think it would have been all over the place? All over Twitter, all over Facebook, all over whatever. Would have been in the news. Did you Google this? Did you see if there's any other stories about it? Where did you get this from? How do you know it's true? Andre. I don't care how fat you are. The fattest person in the world. You can get through the fat with the needles that they used. Really? It upsets me so much that you can be so stupid to think that this is like real. Really? You think people who are really fat, you think their fat is like 10 centimeters? The needle gets in, okay, it gets in. And if you really have really thick fat arms, the person who's doing the injection can just push down and get it in. Ah, so irritating. Really, this just drive you absolutely mad. Why are people so damn stupid? I can't deal with it. It's just too much for me. I had a thing with my sister on yesterday. So my sister's, it's been 35 years. She's got schizoaffective disorder. Look it up, schizoaffective disorder. It's a whole, it's got everything. Every psychiatric problem you can possibly think of, except possibly not multiple personality disorder. So it'll come with manic depression, which is bipolar. So deep depression, manic where you're high and euphoric. Delusions, it comes with delusions, like high anxiety. Comes with just complete psychosis where you just don't know what the hell's going on. It's a whole mixture. It's a whole wonderful cocktail of psychiatric problems. Schizoaffective disorder. So my sister's doing quite well. Like this last week or two, she's been doing pretty well. So she comes to my house yesterday because I do the medication. Her and her husband, between the two of them, they can't sort out the medication. Monday to Sunday. Morning, AM, PM. They can't do it. They're incapable. She says to me, maybe I don't need that yellow pill anymore. I look at her, what? Now the yellow pill, she doesn't even know what it is. She doesn't even know what the yellow pill is, but no, she doesn't think she needs that yellow pill. So I look at her, I say, what are you talking about? She says, maybe I need to ask the doctor if I need to maybe cut down on some of my psychiatric medication. I look at her. Why do you say that? Oh, because if you take psychiatric medication for too long, it's not good for you. Oh my God. I'm like furious. I want to rip her head off and I want to kick it like a soccer ball down the passage. That's how angry I was. But I didn't do that. Otherwise you would have heard about it in the news. You can't keep things like that a secret. So I didn't do that. Funnily enough, I remained calm. I just stared at her. And my blood pressure. And then, so I finished the medication and I didn't argue with her. I just left it. Maybe today I'll write a message to her. But you know what? She won't remember. She won't even remember that she said it. And then I phoned my mother. By the way, it's my mother's birthday today. Happy birthday, Naomi. She turned 91 today. I haven't phoned her yet to wish her happy birthday. I can't say she's deaf, but I struggle to talk to her on the phone. So I'll phone her. Maybe she'll hear happy and birthday. Maybe. So I phoned her yesterday. I told her about my sister. So my mother says, well, it's all part of the condition. Yeah, I know it is. It's all part of the condition. Very common with psychiatric patients. They go off their medication. Yeah. So frustrating. I have to deal with idiots that think that fat people haven't been vaccinated properly because the needle wasn't long enough to get through the fat. And then I have to deal with my sister. Got to remain calm. And I can't get my pool. My pool is greener than my grass. Oh my Lord. I can't get my pool sorted out, but I don't know. White people's problems, eh? Got to look at things in perspective. It should be the least of my biggest problem. Maybe I must just count myself lucky. Don't know what to say. So, gonna phone my mother today to wish her happy birthday. And have you ever spoken to a deaf person on the phone? Or spoken to a deaf person face to face? And they're in denial. I think a lot of people who lose their hearing, they spend years in denial. They start reading lips. They start reading lips. And then what happens? The pandemic comes across, COVID-19, and people are wearing masks. So now these lip readers can't read the lips anymore. So my brother-in-law, he's had problems. He can't read lips. Just get a damn hearing. My mother won't get a hearing aid. When I went to go visit her last month, as I'm walking out, one of the women who worked there at the retirement place, at the old age home. Hello. I just want to tell Mr. Kalvari, I just want to tell you, we offered your mother hearing aids, but she said no. She said no, thank you. She's got too much to worry about. She's trying to still sort out her eyes and her balance, and she needs to get her hair done. My mother refuses to get hearing aids. She's 91 today. She's vain. She's vain. But you know what it is? It's selfishness. It's selfishness. I can't talk to her on the phone. It's impossible to talk to her on the phone. I'm busy shouting and she still can't hear. Happy birthday, Ma. And then she's just guessing that I said happy birthday. I could have said, fuck you, you're a terrible mate. She would have said, oh, thank you very much. She thinks that I've said happy birthday. Meantime, I could have said, go jump off the top of the nearest building, Ma. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, it's my birthday today. That's, doesn't hear things. So damn annoying. I get told we send some wool to my mother. I get asked, ask your mother how the wool was. I can't ask her how the wool was. That's a complicated question. Ma, how's the wool? We sent you wool. Was the wool okay? Yes. What is she saying yes to? I could have said, Ma, I sent you some dacha. I sent you like some nice sativa dacha, fresh stuff. Durban poison, the real good stuff. With a bottle of brandy. Yes, thank you. That's what you're dealing with. Anyway, she's 91. She had her eye on this man. She liked this one man. But he wasn't showing the same feelings. He died recently. Passed away. Well, it is an old age home. That's what happens. You live in an old age home, they have a notice board outside the dining room. Who's died? So she saw that he's died. So now she's been depressed for the last week. She's 91. I said to my mother, but Ma, you weren't even in a relationship with him. Nothing was happening. Okay, she actually heard this part, which is amazing. Yes, but I knew, but at least I knew he was still around. Really? Yo. It's amazing. You can get to 91 and still want these things, eh? I mean, what kind of company could this guy really have been? I mean, he was on death's door. I think he had cancer, he had this, he had 3 different ailments, I think. I think he was deaf as well. Apparently at old age homes, things happen. There's men go around and they're having, this is a true story, I was told this. I know this guy, I was at a thing a couple of months ago, he was telling me about his grandfather, or his father. I can't remember. Father or uncle, or I can't. He was busy stooping a different woman every night. And then what happened is the one woman, these women are in their 80s, maybe older. They're going around, and the woman found out about the other one. They have fights. Not full-on fights, but like they won't look at each other or talk to each other. These foibles, because Jaime fucked you last night. He fucked me the night before. Oh, yeah. Don't know if they use that kind of language, but you get the idea. Just the thought of it, hey? And then it's the same old age home that my mother's at. So I'm thinking, oh my God, is my mother also involved? So I asked, what part of the old age home does he stay? No, he stays on the other side, so maybe he didn't get to my mother. Oh, would my mother? I don't think, no. I don't think my mother would do that, no. Oh. The thing is, 80% of these women who are getting shtook by this guy, they're not of sound mind. I used to go to this old age home to record sound bites, to do Q&A, to do little sound bites for the radio show I was working on. And then I discovered that 80% of them were senile. I couldn't get any decent material. Quite a thing, hey? Quite a thing. And these elderly men, they can still get it up, hey? Can still get it up. Anyway. So I'll have to phone my father. Sorry, my father, no, he's dead. So I have to phone my mother later today. She says she can't believe she's lasted this long. She can't believe that she's arrived at 91. She said this a year ago when she was 90. She says, I can't believe it. There you go. Medical science. What is it? Medical science, is it genetics? Well, in my mother's case, it's just genetics because she's not really on much medication. I think she's just on a thing for low blood pressure. Speaking of medication, forgot to mention the major, huge news last week. Malaria vaccine. They developed, they got a malaria vaccine. Isn't that absolutely amazing? Isn't that wonderful? And for some reason, it hasn't been politicized. No one's saying, oh, the vaccine was made. Look, they spent 30 years on this vaccine trying to work out this vaccine. Anyway, nobody is saying this vaccine is unnecessary. Nobody is saying that my body, my body, my freedom, you can't force me to have this vaccine. No one is doing it. For some reason, COVID-19 got politicized. Luckily, the malaria vaccine has not been politicized. So, hundreds of thousands of people die a year of malaria around the world. Mainly Africa, Asia, Southeast Asia, and it's wonderful. But it turns out this vaccine is not, it's not highly, it's only, they say 30% effective. So we'll see. They're still going to improve it. They're looking at using this mRNA technology that they've used for the COVID vaccine. They're looking at trying to use it for the malaria vaccine and maybe improve and make a better malaria vaccine. So that's exciting. That's exciting. I was looking at the news this morning, and a lot of it is like a recycled, repetitive stuff. So nothing new and exciting that I can make out. We got the elections on the 1st of November. Cyril Ramaphosa was out in eThekwini, that's the Durban area. Apparently, he had a warm welcome. People liked him. Maybe he just went to areas where he knew he was safe. possibly, like Kloof, don't know. John Steenhuisen, still officially the leader of the DA. I don't know, if I was John Steenhuisen, I would have woke up this morning thinking, what have I done with my life? What have I done with my life? I'm the leader of the DA. I really loved those posters. I thought those posters were wonderful. They were from my heart. I loved those posters. What's wrong with saying that Indian people live here and we're proud of them? They are heroes. And then overnight, they took my posters down without even, they didn't even discuss it with me, or they asked me what I thought. I love those posters, man. I came up with the wording and everything. Got my wife to spell check it. Spelled ANC correctly. Spelled DA correctly. Spelled hero correctly. They took my posters down. But I'm the leader of the party. It's just kind of weird. And so who's actually running the DA? So it's a difficult one. Grand Prix. I don't follow Grand Prix, but just out of interest, it wasn't the usual guys who won. So Valtteri Bottas won the Turkish Grand Prix, and Max Verstappen came second. Who knows? I don't know what happened with the others. You have to look at. The one story that I did see that got me a bit weirded out. That really, I thought, what the hell is going on here? Former Health Minister, Dr. Zweli Mkhize, has not been arrested, and there's no sign of him being arrested. There was the report that implicated him and his family members in taking all that money, 150 million rands worth, 150 million rands taxpayers' money for Digital Vibes. Apparently, this Zweli Mkhize, he's planning on reigniting or reactivating his political career. And he's even thinking of becoming president of the ANC. He wants a return to high political office, or political high office, whatever. I don't get it. I don't understand it. The man should be in jail, or at least arrested or something. So let's just watch this space. Let's see what's going on there, because it kind of doesn't make sense. Please, I hope I'm wrong. It was an article in the Sunday World. The Sunday World can make mistakes. We all make mistakes, but let's just wait and see.